At this time, I want to introduce to you a special fellow. I've been working with him now for, goodness, since 2006, either on books or movies or something. And I want him to start moving this way. And he knows what I'm talking about. Mike, you start moving this way. Mike is a writer, he's a producer, he's a director, and he's a lawyer in his spare time.
That's okay.
That's his wife speaking. Oh, Lulu, was that Lulu? Okay. But anyway, he has done a tremendous job. It's been such a pleasure to work with this man. I'll have to admit, you know, I never had worked on movies before. I've done a lot of things in my life, but I've never helped produce a movie or direct a movie, but it's been thoroughly enjoyable. And it's mainly because he's taught me everything. And Mike, you know, he told me that right from the beginning, he said there are three good things that make a movie. First of all, you've got to have a good storyline. Well, we've got a great storyline, don't we, Coach Tyler? High school football, what could you ask for, you know? I mean, best storyline in the world. You've got to have emotion. Well, we've got some emotion, don't we, Junior? We've got emotion. And you've got to have good music. And y'all have already heard the music. It's tremendous music, and it really gets you fired up, too. Well, this guy, you know, he knows what it takes to make movies. And I think this is going to be the best one he's ever made. I really believe that. But he's done so many good things. He's a great lawyer, you know. He also, you know, he does the Grammys on the coast every year. Does a great job with that. And I'm just real proud to be associated with this man. And Mike, I'm going to ask you to come up right now. This is Mike Rasconi. Y'all give him a hand.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to introduce some of the crew that's with us today. You know, one person doesn't make a movie. It's several dozen people. Kamel King, come on up, Kamel. Larry Brewer did some of the music scoring. Cedric, get out from behind the camera and come up here. Come on. Let it roll. Terry Duffy, one of our directors. Cotton Yancey, another one of our directors. And behind these guys, probably another 15, 20 people, cameramen, sound men, just different folks involved in the production. They're all from Mississippi. Terry lives in Alabama, but he's really from Mississippi. This is a Mississippi-made film with Mississippians about Mississippians. Give them a hand. Dr. Proctor and I have traveled the state. We've met with probably close to 50 high schools to let them know what's coming. And we're asked the same thing over and over. Well, what's the movie like? And I said, well, let me tell you what it's not like. It's not like The Blind Side. We didn't have a $60 million budget. And we didn't have Sandra Bullock. But you know what we did have? We had superstars. We've got Junior Grant. We've got Ricky Black. We've got Scott Sampson. We've got Willie Collins. The list goes on and on and on. And if you were to go to Hollywood and try to cast actors to duplicate Lance Pogue and all these other guys, it would cost $60 million. I want to call up all the high school coaches that are here with us today. Come on upstage.
Y'all come right up here.
These are the stars of the movie, right here. And the reason the press is here is because of these guys. Going to ask each one of them to come up, say a few words, keep it short.
start with Lance down
And
here.
we'll start with Lance.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Proctor and Mike and all you guys for the idea and all the hard work. I don't think there's any doubt this is going to be a great thing. I haven't seen the movie, but I know this. High school football made a difference in my life. I grew up on a farm, and my dad was a hard-nosed guy, and I had two older brothers. And back in the summer, in that time, we had to haul hay and do those things. It was a vacation to get to go to two-a-days. And so now we have to twist these guys' arms to get them to come work. So I know how much it meant to me, and I think it's going to be a special memory that'll last forever, and something everybody will be proud of, and just proud to be just a tiny, small part of it. Thank you.
Hard to follow that up, but I'm like Lance. You know, I came from a football family. My dad was a football coach, and you know, if you don't believe that football changes lives, you hadn't been around it very long. And I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen it change young men and make young men what they are today. And it's just a great thing. I thank Dr. Proctor and Mike for having the mindset to do something like this, and I think it'll be a tremendous hit in this state. And this is a powerful game that changes people. And certainly thankful that had an opportunity to come here and be a part of this today. Thank you.
You know, growing up in a football family, I was very fortunate to be able to coach under Jackie Sherrill at Mississippi State, the great experience that came with it. And I also got to coach in the Junior College Football League, is what I call one of the toughest football leagues in America at Hines Community College. But the most rewarding experience that I've had coaching football is to be able to be a Mississippi high school football coach. We look so forward to seeing this film. Thank you.
Again, I'd like to thank Dr. Proctor and Mike for this. It's a great opportunity for everybody, and I think the bottom line is football is fun. We ought to probably pay them to coach it, get to coach a game, but I came from a farm family also, and my daddy put me to work, and I had a choice. I could come home after school and work, or I could stay at school and play. I lettered in 14 sports, so I had 14 letters. But I got plenty of work in. But anyway, the most important thing that we do as a coach, I feel like, is with kids. And we want to do what's best for kids and young men and young women and try to direct them in the right way and education. And I think football is a great educational tool to teach you how to get knocked down and get back up. The film ought to be great. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Dr. Proctor and Mike once again. I must say that it's a very humbling experience to be up here today. Once you get up here and you see the guys on this stage and you realize that the impact they've had on the state of Mississippi, it's extremely humbling. I'm excited about the movie. I come up from a little bit different background than some of the others. Athletics were not very important in my home. And the guy that planted a seed is actually on this stage today. And that's Coach Ricky Black. I watched him coach the Kosciuszko Whippets in the Mississippi Bowl several years ago, and early on I said, you know, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And lo and behold, it was hard to get started. Nobody wanted to hire me as a football coach. They hired me as a basketball coach. And it kind of all worked out that I got an opportunity to coach football. And I wanted to plant seeds. And that's what this movie's all about. You're going to see a lot of hard knocks, but it's the seeds that we have the opportunity to plant as coaches that spread that passion from year to year to year to year that makes the legacy of Mississippi football so special. And I just cannot wait to see this movie. But once again, thank you for this very humbling opportunity to be here with you today.
Most folks will never realize what a tremendous amount of work went into this, and again, we appreciate it, Doc, Mike. after 28 years, it's one thing that I've come to know about this sport that we're in is most kids need football worse than football needs them. And it's the guys that might not be your hero. It's the guys that may not start that really kind of make your team. And those are the guys that are going to go out and be your next door neighbor and the guy that you do business with in the community. And they're raising the next generation. And this sport has meant so much to those kids over the years. It's not just the ones that go on to play D1 sports. And I think that's what this movie's about. And anyway, look forward to seeing it.
Trying to see what time it is. Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to be a football coach. I came up a little different from a lot of you guys. From inner city, right down here in Washington Addition. We didn't have fields to play on. We played in the street. So I just want to thank Mike, Dr. Proctor for getting the opportunity to be in this film. And just reiterate what some of these great coaches saying up here. I'm looking at them and I guess the biggest thing about me and them is I think all of them have a state championship ring, and I'm trying to get one. So I think what I'm going to do is go by each one of them and borrow a player, a couple of players here and a couple of players there, and I'm pretty sure we'll win one this year. But I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to be here.
I think Coach had a right to be up here with these great coaches. I'd like to thank Mike and Dr. Proctor for really having the vision to put this together. I've coached in Alabama, in Texas, in Louisiana, and I always wanted to come back to Mississippi. I grew up in North Mississippi. I've coached on the coast, and now I'm here in Central Mississippi. I've been from one end to the other, and it's one thing that makes Mississippi special. I was ready to come back after being away for so long because it's not just there's something different about Mississippi. It's the guys that are up here coaching. It's the kids that you coach. It doesn't matter if you're standing on the shores of Bay St. Louis or if you're up in the streets in Olive Branch or Meridian or Jackson. You got kids that want to play football. That's what they've got, and that's what's special. And these guys do a great job of bringing that. I'm glad that Mike and Dr. Proctor put together a film that is going to take advantage and show what these guys do and how hard they work and what makes Mississippi special.
Just say amen to Willie. Yeah. Very good. Junior, I started coaching basketball too, first. Yeah, that's right. What happened to y'all? God, everybody on stage knows exactly what I'm talking about. What happened to y'all? That's what you hear from your hometown folks when you come back from the game. What happened to y'all? I learned from Coach Slater, Louis Slater, Kosciuszko, many years ago. People used to, what happened to y'all? That's the worst thing you hate to hear. What happened to y'all? What happened to y'all last night? Coach Slater had the greatest answers. He said, were you there? He said, yeah. Well, you saw what happened to us. Were you not there? No, I didn't get to make the game. Well, you didn't care anyway. Love both of those statements. When I coached Mississippi State, Enos, Mike, I know y'all spent 200, 300, 400 hours to get a few minutes of film. Tremendous work, really. Really, the passion in football in Mississippi is great. And thank y'all for taking time to do that. Not everybody does that. And you won't realize till later how many hours and dedication and what it took to put that film together. But I go back when I was coaching Mississippi State, we would beat Tennessee. I'd call my father. We beat Alabama one time. I'd call my father. We'd spend 15 seconds talking about Mississippi State beating Alabama. We would spend the next 30 minutes talking about Ackerman High School football. That's my hometown, Ackerman. We would talk about high school football for the next 30 minutes. Those pro games, college games don't mean anything. It's high school football. That's what people living in these communities. If they had one wish on Friday or the weekend, who wins? It's high school football. I want my high school team to win first. Everybody else take care of that.